Civil War history is seeing the light of day for the first time in more than 100 years. An archaeological dig is turning up some important information. Chris Cannon is live in Franklin. Chris, where are archaeologists finding these artifacts?
Vicki, we're right off of Columbia Avenue here in Franklin, behind the spot where they just knocked down that Domino's a few weeks ago. You can see the ground down here. It is all torn up. That's because folks have been looking for Civil War history, and so far they have found plenty.
I just got no footage. I don't know.
History is all around us. Just off Columbia Avenue in Franklin, the past is actually underneath us.
There's just so many layers of history here. You have antebellum history, you've got wartime history, you have post-war history.
All of it on land that was just a typical neighborhood not too long ago.
So there was a house that stood kind of right on the other side of that embankment.
Crews are digging down into Civil War history.
This is one of the most important archaeological digs that has ever happened in Franklin.
These are more than just rocks. They are the foundation of the Carter Gin House, uncovered for the first time in more than 100 years.
This was really the focus of the dig, was to find the gin, because the gin was such a focal point during the Battle of Franklin.
Now that the exact location of the gin is known,
we're just looking for any artifacts. A lot of stuff that we're finding are architectural artifacts.
crews are focusing on what was left behind.
We're finding a lot of old nails, glass, a lot of ceramics coming out of it right now.
And not far from the gin,
There. Wow. Percussion cap right there.
archaeologists discovered the federal line of defense, the Union Battle Trench.
And instead of kind of pointing and saying, well, it was kind of over there, the maps say it was here, now we know exactly where it's at.
For Civil War buffs, all of this is an amazing find.
For years, here it sat behind the Domino's and covered up by just a couple of feet of dirt, and it just totally undisturbed. And then to see the daylight for the first time in 100 years or more is incredible.
Because in Franklin, you don't have to dig far to find history.
This is really important. This was a huge find.
And crews will wrap up their two-week dig on Friday. It's costing the Battle of Franklin Trust $20,000 to search for all this history. And this area here will become a park eventually, and they do plan to actually rebuild the Cotton Gin right in its original location there so everyone can come and visit it. We are live in Franklin. Chris Cannon, News Channel 5 HD.